how can kicking a football help you with your golf? Now, golf has been related to many sports in its time. Football? Stuart, I'm not really sure about that. I've heard tennis, I've heard cricket, I've heard even a bit of table tennis, but football? Never. Let's talk about a kick in football. The ball is in front of you. I should have got a football really, cheapskate. But let's take the golf ball. I plant my foot. As I swing my right hip into strike, my left foot that I've planted out in front of me is now receiving the energy, isn't it? I run up to the football. It receives the energy. So in the pull phase of the right foot, the pull phase of when I swing my right foot back, the front foot, the lead foot, has taken all of the energy, has it not? At that point, as my left foot pushes back, my right hip pushes forwards, and then I kick the football. Now, depending on whether my top half sits back as I kick, and we'd hit it over the crossbar, or when I push my left foot back, I keep my chest down, do I fire the ball low and forwards? And this is no different when we come to think about hitting a golf shot, and when the hip goes back, does my right side go forwards, or when the hip goes back, does my top half sit back? Now, these two very distinct differences are going to be the influencer on where the club handle travels through strike, and of course where the loft is going to look. So when I get myself into delivery here, and I've got myself some load on my left toe, and I'm now thinking about that sensation, that picture in my mind of how my right foot is going to kick the football. So there's my left hip back, there's the kick of the football. And as I kick the football, can you see how my top half is moving forwards as opposed to kicking the football and sitting back? So what I want to do is get myself into that delivery position. Think about how this right foot, this right hip, this right side is going to come around. And I've got an absolute killer drill to get this in place for you, so do hang around. That pressure on that left foot that's kicking my right hip around is the ingredient that now allows me to get my top half forwards. Where the kick of the football and my top half forwards, I get luckier and luckier every day. Didn't get any of the data on that one, but she went nice and straight. So there's that pressure on the left foot. There's the kick of the football. Pressure on the left foot, kick of the football. Look how my top half has chased forwards there and really started to get myself into a nice forward position. Nice pressure on the golf ball, nice pressure on the handle. Let's talk through a little drill that's going to really help you with that. So we're back out with the Amazon box and the broken club shaft popped into the box, and this is an absolute cracker of a drill. It is going to really allow the right side to fire through the shot. I can't reiterate enough that golfers need to understand that the right side, and I did a lovely piece on Aaron Rye's golf swing on Sky Sports at the weekend. If you didn't catch it, go check it out and catch up. The right side of the body is very much influenced by the pushing back of the left side, where we've previously played the golf made the golf swing where we move sideways and get tucked in and under. It really stops this right side working around the golf ball. And again, if we go back to the kicking analogy of the football, imagine trying to hold your right side back and kick a football. You wouldn't. You've got to get that right side swinging around and giving it hell for leather. So this drill with the high tee, don't necessarily need to have a tee in the ground, a tee in the top of the club shaft. But what you do need is a club shaft that's going to be high enough, because my objective here is to, sorry to show you my backside, is to pull the club shaft into my belt line. Get the fingers, your four fingers across the front of the shaft, pull it in with your with your thumbs here. Get the shaft lined up with your left heel. And then what I want you to do is really start to feel like you can tuck that right hip in on the way back. And now, this is where it gets fruity. We're really going to start to get that right side to really kick that shaft to the target. And so I'm really feeling the push off with my left leg, the acceleration with my right side. And if you can, get it firing down the range. Going to get that right hip tucked back. There's my backswing. Now I'm really going to start to feel that left foot push back, the kicking foot, the left foot that drives the left hip back, that really gets that right foot through, really gets that right side through. Let's get rid of this high tee and let's hit a few. So we've got the ball back out, club in hand. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over and check out gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves that are trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are premium leather golf gloves that are trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODGolfCoaching for 10% off your next order, and I promise you, you won't ever look back. There's that feeling of that right side back. I'm really going to feel like that right side, that right hip really moves around. Now those eagle-eyed of you, right shoulder forwards, right hip forwards. Look how that handle is now moving back in. Yes, it's moving back in. Yes, my right shoulder is moving forwards. But look how that club head is moving inside out. Just because you see my shoulder going forward, just because you see my right hip going forwards, does not mean that I'm not going to be approaching that golf ball from the inside, so as I can get that beautiful little draw down the fairway. Oh, Stuart, what a thing of beauty. So, get yourself a football, start kicking it in the back garden, accelerate that right side, use that left leg, because I tell you guys and girls, there's some power to be had. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do consider subscribing while you're here. I want to kick on with my channel and bring it to the masses. So do give it a share with your friends. And I think you'll find that, my friends, is good coaching.